Hello and welcome once again to the Bearded Banter Podcast, the gaming podcast where Bones sucks dick.
That's not untrue.
Okay, so welcome to the show. We're back.
That's not fake news.
I get it from my credible sources of Fox News.
I love Fox News.
Anyway, we're back. Here we are doing a podcast. We haven't done much with the show in the last year. In fact, we haven't had an episode since 1 year ago when we did our 2016 Game of the Year awards. Take a guess why. It's because of her.
No. You know why? It's because of Trump.
Sure, let's go with that.
Make America suck again. I'm talking about dicks.
Make Russia suck Trump's dick again.
Well, he already does. They already do. I don't know. Somebody sucks somebody's dick, and then the White House is fucking disgusting.
This is not a political show.
No, it's not.
This is a gaming show. Hi, welcome. Bearded Banter. I'm the bearded one. This is Bones.
Hi.
Living up to her name of Dick Sucker Bones. So here we are. We're doing a new podcast because 2017 is over. Yay, let it die in the dumpster fire where it belongs.
Fucking the dumpster fire that is the White House. Hashtag this is not political.
This is a hashtag fake news. So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So we're back after a year of inactivity because Bones apparently doesn't like doing podcasts anymore, but I digress.
I'm not huge. I just don't, Trump.
Trump, sure, let's deal with that. Move out of the way. Dexter wants to get up on that couch.
Ah! Come on.
Okay.
You did
now,
it.
Now that Dexter's on the couch, we can start the show. So, welcome to Bearded Banter's 2017 Game of the Year Awards.
Ba-ba-da-da!
Where you can spend an hour and a half listening to us talk about our favorite games of 2017. 2017, while being a shit year for the world, was a great year for games.
And a horrible year for me personally.
Yes. So yeah, 2017 was a great year for games. Tons of great shit came out.
But not a great year for, like, people.
No. But games were fine.
Just games. The people in charge of the games, some of them are okay. Some of them, not so much.
Bones, this is supposed to be a positive
yeah.
show. Can you please shut your fucking mouth?
Sorry.
Anyway, welcome to Bearded Banter's Game of the Year Awards for 2017. We're going to talk about our personal 10 favorite games of the year.
And when I say I like to suck dick, I mean a lot.
Why did I hire you?
Because I'm free.
So anyway, that's true. We each have our own personal top 10 games of 2017. We're going to spend this entire podcast talking about those games and why we personally picked them for our lists. And we're going to have a great time. There's a dog here. It's going to be fun. So anyway, Bones, if you're ready to stop sucking dick, we can get started.
I'm hungry. Start with yours.
Okay, well...
Because I'm so hungry.
So... Before we get into the actual lists, we're each going to mention a couple of honorable mentions.
I did not prepare for this.
You have one.
No. Why are you looking at me like that?
BioWare.
Oh. Okay, okay.
So, before we get to our actual list, we're going to mention some honorable mentions. Games that came out in 2017 that for whatever reason just didn't make our list. So... I'm going to start with mine. I have 4 because I'm a dumb bitch.
I bit my lip.
Nice. So, my honorable mentions for 2017 are Persona 5 because I didn't actually play it this year. I've watched you play quite a bit of it, and I know it's a phenomenal game, but I myself didn't play it in 2017, so it couldn't make my list.
I love it so
even
much.
Though it probably would have made my top 3 if I did, because that game is fantastic.
You need to fucking play it.
I will, at some point, which means in 5 years.
It's been out for like a year, dude. Come on.
Both Kingdom Hearts collections that were released for the PS4 in 2017... Mainly because before 2017, I had never played Kingdom Hearts before. So because of these PS4 collections, I got to play the entire Kingdom Hearts series for the first time. And it's now become one of my favorite series, which means I'm just trash. Yeah, pretty much.
In case you couldn't see, I shot myself in the face.
So that's why it's an honorable mention. It's not on my actual list because they're very basic re-releases. So they don't qualify. Gravity...
We could have put 2.8.
That's...
Oh, wait.
No, it's not really.
No.
Gravity Rush 2, which I played this year. Fantastic game. Had a lot of fun with it. Really unique. But unfortunately, it got snuffed out at the last second because of some late year entries. Along with South Park, The Fractured But Whole, which again, great game. Enjoyed playing it. There were some games I played at the end of the year, though, that I personally enjoyed more. So those two didn't end up making my list. So Bones, what's your honorable mention?
I have a dishonorable mention.
Do tell.
My dishonorable mention of 2017 is Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda is a game that I looked forward to for, 4 years?
Literal years.
5 years. When did fucking 3 come out? 2012.
5
years. I've been looking forward to a Mass Effect sequel. And I was excited for it because they promised me so much. They promised me so much shit. Ah! They fucking failed. EA fucking destroyed BioWare. I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it.
You know what the real next Mass Effect game is going to be?
Anthem. And I'm so mad because everything I've seen of Anthem is exactly what Andromeda should have been, but EA fucked over BioWare Montreal and basically made it a shell of itself, and now it doesn't even exist anymore because EA is a bunch of fucking assholes, and that's a podcast we will get into later because I could talk all day about how much they're assholes. But fucking... And the problem with Andromeda is that I enjoyed bits and pieces of it, and it could have been a really fucking great game. It had all kinds of potential. There was stuff about it that was enjoyable. The combat felt amazing. Like, it was a huge step up from Mass Effect 3. Like, the characters were likable. Some of them were not so likable, but, like, most of them I liked. I enjoyed, overall I enjoyed the game, but it wasn't a Mass Effect game, and they promised me things they didn't deliver on.
I like how my honorable mentions are like, oh, I didn't play it, or it's a re-release, so I don't count it. And you're just like, it fucking sucks!
It does, though, because it sucks as a Mass Effect game, and I wish that they hadn't released it as a Mass Effect game. Because it tarnishes the whole Mass Effect thing. Like, you literally have to think of the Mass Effect trilogy as, like, a completely separate thing made by completely different people, and Mass Effect Andromeda is like when Philips made the fucking Zelda CDI games.
That's a bit of a stretch.
You literally have to think of it as two completely separate things, because Mass Effect Andromeda ruins Mass Effect. It just does. It wasn't anything that anybody wanted. It wasn't anything that they promised us it was going to be, and they're literally making Mass Effect Andromeda to be released, this year or next year? And it's going to be what Andromeda should have been, but it's not a Mass Effect game. And I'm fucking mad. I'm hella pissed. It makes me fucking angry.
Bones, we don't have time for you to keep ranting.
I'm sorry.
Bones, please.
Continue. Please continue.
So,
shut me up.
Those were our honorable mentions. So anyway, this is supposed to be a positive show, Bones.
Okay. I liked Liam. He was cool. Moving on.
Okay. So, now that that's out of the way, let's get to our actual lists, which we both have a full list of 10 games this year. So... We're just gonna start from the bottom. It was a real
struggle for me.
Yeah, because you. We're just gonna start from the bottom, and we're gonna go all the way up to 1, and we're going to alternate between the two of us at each entry. So, I'll start. So here we go.
Why can't I start?
Well, fucking you're stuffing your face like a fucking whore. You gotta live up to your reputation of dick sucker butt. So anyway, I will start. Here we go. My top 10 games of 2017. Number 10, The End Is Nigh. So...
I don't know what this game is.
So, this is a game that was made by Edmund McMillan and the team at Nicholas, who...
Oh, this one.
Yeah. For those of you who are uninformed, Edmund McMillan is the co-creator of Super Meat Boy. And
I love him.
And also The Binding of Isaac.
I love Isaac.
So, when he was making a new game this year and basically said, hey, this game is going to be a spiritual successor to Super Meat Boy, sign me the fuck up. Because Meat Boy is amazing, and so is this game, but for very different reasons. It still has... It has that signature Edmund McMillan style. Like, the art style is very reminiscent of Meat Boy. The level design, as always, is fantastic. I never expect anything less from Edward and his level design. They're always super innovative. It's very much like Super Meat Boy in the way that it's designed and also executed, because the gameplay is very similar, but it's slower paced. So you're not like speeding through the stages, just hopping off walls and, you know, sequence breaking, all that crap. You're taking it very slow and methodical, but also trying to stay on your toes because things can change at like a split second's notice. And I love this game. It's basically Meat Boy 2.0 without it being a second Meat Boy.
Which Ed McMillan, get the fuck on it.
Yeah. The music's fantastic, the graphics are great, the art style is fantastic, and also the story is just really stupid and dumb, but it's charming as heck.
I mean, when isn't an Ed McMillan game kind of dumb?
The little story is you play as a blob named Ash, who lives in the apocalypse.
Sorry.
Yeah, he lives in the apocalypse, and he's a video game streamer, but his cartridge shorts out, so he has to go out into a post-apocalyptic world to find friends because he can't stay inside and play video games all day anymore.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's kind of fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's really dumb. But the game is great.
But then again, he had a fucking cube of meat trying to find a bandage that was stolen by a baby.
A fetus. It wasn't even a baby. So yeah, this game's great. I had like a lot of Meat Boy nostalgia and flashbacks while I was playing this game, which is always a good thing. Basically, it's Meat Boy 2 without it being Meat Boy 2. I love it. If you're interested, go check it out. It's on PC and the Nintendo Switch. And for those reasons, it is my number 10 of 2017. Bones, what's your number 10?
I have a dog. You have to get down for my number. Oh, god damn it, Dexter.
Why did you let him up?
Because I love him. So my number 10, if I consult my fucking list, which won't open, so I'm ruining the show, it's fine. My number 10 is Horizon. I haven't played all of Horizon, or really a majority of Horizon, or really much of Horizon. But it did something for gaming this year that just like... It was different enough. It had fucking cool robot dinosaur things. Aloy is a fucking kick-ass female protagonist, and from what I've read and seen and heard, there's a lot of strong female characters in this game, which makes it even more kick-ass. You know, it was just, if I thought it was gonna be a fucking Far Cry ripoff, when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, white tribal girl Far Cry game. Woo. But, no, it ended up being a pretty fucking great game in its own right, and that's why it's my number 10. I have a dog, and it's really difficult to speak about things.
Why don't you put him on the couch, then?
But I love him.
Put him on the couch.
He should be my number 10.
No, Dexter, no.
You're right, he's my number 1.
Oh. My number 9. On my list is Splatoon 2.
You mean Splatoon?
Yeah, they really fucked that up.
It's like a Now You See Me thing again.
Yeah, let's not get into it. But my number 9 is Splatoon 2. Splatoon was one of the...
Disappointment of the year.
Shut the fuck up. Notice how I don't interrupt you when you do your entries? Why don't you shut your damn mouth then?
I interrupt myself, that's why.
So Splatoon was one of the Wii U games that we never got to play just because we never got around to it. But it was a really creative and new idea. Obviously, Nintendo's the fucking king of new IPs. And weird IPs, yeah,
too.
They took a really mundane and oversaturated genre and basically reinvented it with Splatoon. And when we found out that Splatoon 2 was going to be on the Switch, as soon as we got one, I'm like, I know what I'm getting. So this first time I've ever played Splatoon was in the past year, and this game's fucking fun as hell. Like, really, that's all it really boils down to. There's no, like, overly complicated reasons like, oh, man, the story is, like, a fucking social commentary on how the media portrays celebrities, or, oh, man, you know, the gameplay systems are really innovative in the way that they subvert typical shooter tropes. No, it's just fun.
It's just fun. It's just
really fun. They literally took a genre that's, like, been done to death and made it new again. In, like, a really creative way.
And also Salmon Run.
Yes. Salmon Run's fucking great. But the gameplay is really great. I like how it's not so much focused on the shooting as it is on being, like, cooperative with your team. It's not really about mowing down other players. You just gotta spray your ink around. So, literally, if you're terrible at shooters, you're still contributing to the team, even though you suck dick. And Salmon Run is a great mode. It's basically horde mode, but with a really interesting catch. And I really enjoyed my time with Splatoon 2. I put, like, 10 hours into the multiplayer. The only really thing I haven't played in Splatoon 2 that much is the single player, which really wasn't that great. It really didn't...
What even is the single player in a multiplayer game?
It's like, it has an actual single player. It's like you go through different levels, and you shoot down enemies, and you go through these, like, obstacle courses. It's like a pseudo-platformer type ordeal, where you go through, like, these obstacle courses, and you mow down enemies to get the end of the stage, and you collect fucking octopus eggs.
Oh.
And it really wasn't that interesting, so I didn't play it, but every other aspect of this game is great. The graphics, the art style, gameplay is all great. That's why Splatoon
honestly,
is my number 9.
It fucking should have been Splatoon with a giant fucking 2 in the middle, but Nintendo, like, you know... Other people have missed the mark. Talking about you now, you see me too.
Bones, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is I don't even know if you call it an indie game. It's like a AAA.
It's a AAA indie game.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Fucking incredible game. And not just because it's fun as heck. Well, I don't know, because I haven't played a lot of it, and it would have been higher on my list if I'd actually probably beaten it. But for fucking what's classified as an indie game, it's fucking incredible. Like, the graphics are awesome, the story is awesome. Like, it does a lot for the portrayal of mental illness in media. Like, it doesn't stigmatize people or anything. It actually, like, normalizes it. It's fucking... Oh, it's so good. And Senua's a fucking relatable character. Like, she struggles and she's not perfect. And, you know, it's actually believable, unlike a lot of characters in AAA games that are, like, a fucking stock character now. She's actually a believable, relatable character, and you feel for her, and you know... I have feels about this game. Just fucking play this game if you haven't played this game.
The only reason it's considered indie is because it has a lower budget. But even then, you really can't tell.
It's amazing. Like, it's graphically incredible. Like, it looks better than some fucking AAA titles. Yeah.
Like you really
just an unbelievable game for being an indie game.
Like, at a glance, what the hell is he doing? Like, at a glance, you can't really tell. I know. Like, at a glance, you can't really tell it's classified as an indie game.
No, it's like, it looks better than some fucking big-budget AAA titles. Like, it's incredible what they did with what's classified as an indie game. Like, Ninja Theory, you done fucking good, dude. Like, would you fucking stop it, Dexter? You're ruining my thing. No, it's just... honestly, play this game if you haven't. Like, it does an amazing job of portraying mental illness. Like, it doesn't... You know, it doesn't rely on stereotyping or, cookie cutter kind of characters. Like, it's really engaging, and it's a beautiful game. Fucking play it. Fucking play it is why it's my number 9. What, are you
He finally done? Fucking laid down.
Are you fucking done? God damn, I hate dogs.
Okay. My number 8 is a game that you've already talked about, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Because you've played more of it than I have.
which really, my thoughts on the game basically mirror yours, except I played way more of it than you.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's higher on your list than mine. Cause...
Like, the concept is really interesting and really unique. Like, they take a trope that's been really common, like, you know, a prehistoric, post-apocalyptic thing, and they make it cool with fucking robot dinosaurs and shit. And honestly, I felt the same way. As I was playing it, it really did remind me of Far Cry, because it is similar in a lot of aspects.
And that was why I thought that I wouldn't necessarily like it, because I feel like everybody's trying to be Far Cry. Like, everybody's got the whole watchtower thing, everybody's got the whole bow and arrow thing, like, everybody's trying to be Far Cry, and nobody quite gets to that level where they've gone above and beyond what Far Cry's done. Everybody's, like, kind of sitting below it, but fucking Horizon outdid Far Cry.
Yeah,
Far Cry.
Horizon broke through new boundaries with its just phenomenal female lead. Aloy is one of the best characters in gaming this year.
She's awesome, and she's heckin' cute.
Yeah. She was really well portrayed as a female protagonist.
And she's really relatable. Like,
it has surprisingly deep RPG elements to it. Like, there's the whole leveling up thing and then the skill tree, but there's also, like, customizable armor. There's badges that you can get for your weapons to change their attributes. There's dialogue trees in the game. Mm-hmm. So there's, like, different paths you can take in terms of, like, conversation with different characters. And on top of that, it's just really fun to go through the world and fight these really creatively designed monsters.
Yeah.
Like, it has some of the best creature design in a game this year.
Honestly, I think it's because nobody's really done the whole, like, dinosaur robot thing as well as they have.
Yeah.
And I can't even think of a really good example of what's similar to it, because there's nothing really similar to it.
Not really.
Which surprised me, because I thought it was going to be similar to a lot of other games we've seen, but it wasn't. It really wasn't.
But yeah, and then on top of all that, it's just it has great gameplay. It's just super smooth controls, really tight mechanics. When you're fighting a giant robot crocodile that can breathe ice, it gets really tense real quick, and it's a surprisingly difficult game too. Like, I died more than a handful of times because the AI in this game is really well done, where the monsters are really highly scaled so that they're difficult to take down, which makes sense because they're robot dinosaurs, but also they can fucking, like, gang up on you and flank you out of nowhere and really take you off guard.
Yeah, they designed the AI well to actually do what creatures would probably do in the wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's better to hunt in packs, it's better to flank your opponent, like that kind of thing. They actually programmed it really well. They react
really well to your actions, and it makes sense.
I think they react realistically.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't expect, monsters in a freaking game to actually react the way that you think they would, just because half the time people don't program them right.
Yeah. So, Horizon is my number 8 because it was one of the more unique games this year. But then again, that's basically the whole year.
Honestly, this year was so good for games.
So, Bones, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is XCOM 2017.
You're gonna confuse people because there actually was an XCOM game that came out this year. Yes.
Oh shit. Okay, no, my number 8 is actually Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
So XCOM for kids.
XCOM for kids. This game fucking shocked the hell out of me. I did not think that I was really going to like it that much.
I think everyone can agree
Honestly,
with you there.
I think everybody was a little bit shocked.
Because everyone was
game.
like, Mario and Rabbids, gross.
No, but like, it was the Mario and Rabbids and the XCOM thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking XCOM game, but with Mario and Rabbids. It's the fucking weirdest thing ever, and you would not think that it would work at all, but it's actually a really fucking fun game.
It's basically the amalgamation of this is way better than it has any right to be.
No, like, seriously, like, honestly, I picked it up because I heard that people really liked it and were surprised by it, and I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna fucking like this game. Like, it's got Mario, which, okay, I like Mario, but he's not, it's not my favorite thing. And then Rabbids are really annoying, and I've never found them cute just the way that, like, Minions aren't cute. Minions are annoying.
I mean, no one really likes Rabbids.
Nobody likes Rabbids? Okay, good. I'm not having a horrible,
Rabbids are like the Minions
here.
of the video game
That's
industry.
What I thought. Because I'm like, they're kind of like Minions. I hate Minions. I don't really like Rabbids. And the whole, like, strategic battle system that was really similar to XCOM, like, it's basically XCOM, just threw me off. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to probably like this game. Shane might like it, but I'll probably end up wanting to trade it in if he doesn't like it either. But frick, it's a fun game. Like, I spent, like, 2 or 3 hours in the game already. And, like, it's just fun. Like, it works really well. The Rabbids are actually, like, endearing. I love the fucking Princess Peach Rabbid. She's so sassy. I love her. Or him. I don't know. They're, like, androgynous. They're androgynous.
Is it a cross-dresser?
Is it a cross-dressing rabbit? I don't know. They're androgynous. They don't have, like, gender,
wee-wees.
So I don't know.
They don't have ding-dongs.
But he or she or they are so sassy. Like, I love it. You know, the worlds are pretty cool. Like, you end up going to the fucking castle. Like, it's a fun game. Like, I actually had fun. Like, I couldn't stop playing it when I picked it up.
And
I thought it was a game that I would put down really well, like, really early. And I ended up playing it for, like, what, an hour and a half?
And longer.
Longer than that. It was good.
Yeah. Good.
Ow.
Way to articulate your points.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, and also at the time of this recording, they announced DLC for it, which it introduces Donkey Kong.
I know. So
and fucking DK Jungle and all that crap.
And I'm not a fan of Donkey Kong, so maybe Mario and Rabbids and Donkey Kong is gonna help me like go Donkey Kong a little bit.
Dude, you gotta get into fucking Donkey Kong.
I'm not a fan of Donkey Kong.
You know damn well when Tropical Freeze releases for the Switch,
annoying.
I'm buying it again.
I know, and I'll try it, but he's so annoying.
Well, yeah, he's an annoying character, but his games are fucking great.
He's fucking annoying.
So anyway. Your number 8 was Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, good game. If you haven't played it, pick it up. Honestly, it's worth a shot because I was surprised as hell, as were a lot of people.
Okay. My number 7, which just managed at the end of the year to beat out Horizon, A Hat in Time.
We literally just bought this game like a week ago.
Typical of me. If you know anything about me, you know that I love platformers. It's my favorite genre of game. So when you have A Hat in Time, which granted, it was a Kickstarter game, which we all know how bad those can turn out. My number 9.
Oh, you made me choke on my cookie.
Yeah. So, you know, with Kickstarter, it's very hit or miss, but...
And usually miss.
Yeah, but this game really just exceeded all expectations.
It's so
because
cute.
It's cute as heck, according to the marketing.
Well, I mean, it is.
Yeah, it is. But basically, this game is a celebration of platformers not only from the 90s, but also the early 2000s.
It's like, so much better than Yooka-Laylee.
Like the very early GameCube PS2 platformers, like Mario Sunshine, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, Jak and Daxter, all that crap. Like the influences for this game are very apparent, and it's just a great game, man. Like, it's really fun to play. Like,
I haven't even played it yet, but it was totally bringing back the nostalgia thing for me.
Like, it took every aspect of this game reminds me of Mario Sunshine, which you've never played.
I've never played, but it was kind of giving me, like, you know, Banjo-Tooie kind of vibes too. Like, it's the kind of like big world collecty thing. Like, so much better than Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah, and like,
sorry, not sorry.
Like, the characters are super cute and they're all great. There really wasn't a character in this game that I didn't like.
I know!
And The
fucking owls.
Yeah. Like, the fucking writing in this game is fucking top-notch. Like, this game is hilarious. Like, genuinely funny. Not, like, really... It is really cheesy humor, but it's not, like, the overly cheesy kind of humor where you laugh because you feel awkward if you don't. Because they're like, oh, they're trying so hard. Maybe I should laugh.
Like Ukulele.
No, but this game is actually genuinely funny. It made me laugh out loud quite a few times. Looking at you, Corgi Quest.
Oh my... That thing, like, seriously killed me when you... It's like this little mini, like, hidden kind of thing that you can find. And you could fucking play... It's like a fucking, like... It was like a... Not a turn-based adventure. What do you call it?
It's
like
text-based.
A text-based adventure. With fucking... You're a corgi named Alan. And saying it out loud makes it sound so fucking stupid.
You're a corgi named Alan with a sword who goes and fights a wizard to release him from his magical leash bonds.
And it's so great. It's so great.
Like,
and it was one of my favorite things about the whole fucking game.
The writing in this game's top-notch. Whoever wrote this game deserves a fucking award because it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, shit.
The voice acting is top-notch, too. Like, every performance is stellar. Like,
the owls.
Owls, specifically the conductor.
Yes.
Was probably my favorite performance in the game because he's just fucking great. Crazy, but great. And then the gameplay itself, it's basically Mario Sunshine mixed with Banjo-Tooie, and it controls like Ratchet and Clank. Like, it's really free-flow movements. You have the dive move from Mario Sunshine, which a lot of the level design works into it, and the level designs are all great. They really take advantage of her abilities, and you incorporate that into the level design. The worlds themselves, even though there are only 4, they're all really unique, and they all stand out, and they all have like really fun activities to do.
And honestly, they're all kind of huge because they have multiple chapters, and you go to like a different part of the world each time.
And every chapter something changes. So like Mafia Town, like the first chapter it's normal beach town, but then there's a chapter where everything's coated in lava.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you explore like the same place, but it's like different.
And then,
it's different enough that it's not boring.
And then everyone brings up chapter 2, which is the best chapter.
Isn't that is that the Murder on the Express?
Yes, yeah, Murder on the Owl Express.
Honestly, if you put a game on a train, I will fucking buy it.
Yep.
That was my favorite part of Thousand Year Door 2, was the fucking chapter where you solve a murder mystery on a train. If you put a murder on a train, I am there. I will pay you money. Like murder someone on a train. I will give you my money.
Yeah. Like, chapter 2, like, the acts are just ridiculous, because you start off it's like the first chapter is a stealth operation on a sound set, and then it goes to a murder mystery on a train, and then it goes to a marching band in the streets of New Orleans.
Yeah, like,
and it's like fucking weird. And then you're like doing like a fucking train heist where you're trying to like escape a bomb exploding, and you're like grapple hooking across the different cars, and like the scenarios in this game are just all super creative, and there is not a single part of this game that I don't enjoy.
And that's saying a lot. Because usually when you play a game, there's at least one thing that you don't really like about the game.
Yeah. But... Like, I don't really have any complaints with this game.
No, not at all.
Not really, no. The only real complaint I can think of is maybe the frame rate is inconsistent at times, but that's being nitpicky.
Yeah, but then again, it was a Kickstarter game.
Yeah,
and we all know how bad Kickstarter games can be, so...
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold it against it.
Hat in Time, my number 7. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is a little indie title called Mario Odyssey.
Oh, really? I've never heard of it. Do tell. Who was it developed by?
Don't look at me like that.
Was it an indie studio? Because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it was part of the Nindies program.
Oh, what's that?
Nintendo Indies.
What's Nintendo? That sounds like a Swedish company.
Yeah, it really does. Anyway, so my number 7 is Mario Odyssey. I don't know what I can say about Mario Odyssey that hasn't already been said about it.
I'll cover that later.
Yeah. Like, it's a great game. Honestly, it's lower on my list because it's not necessarily my favorite kind of game, and it wasn't really my favorite game that I played this year, but it was a great game. Like, I had fun playing it. There's dogs. You can fucking interact with dogs. If you have a dog, I will pay you money. Like,
if you own a dog, I will pay you money to take your dog.
Yeah, if I could just pet your dog, I'd be fine. No, but like there's just all kinds of cool stuff, and it really built on everything that they introduced in the Galaxy games. Mario's mobility is outstanding. Like, you can do so much stuff with him now that you couldn't do before. Like, it's everything that a Mario platformer should be and is now, because this game, it fucking exists. Like, his movement is just so fluid. Like, it's amazing. You can do all kinds of shit in this game. Like, and Cappy is just so cool. I like Cappy.
Yeah. Basically, this game, which I will get into much greater detail later, trust me. But this game is basically a culmination of every 3D Mario game put together, and then adding new shit on top of that.
It's just like they took the best parts of each of their previous Mario games and then added stuff to make this Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like, it's just everything that Mario is and has been in the past 30 years. Just, it's a great game. It's low on my list just because it's not my favorite game that I played this year. I played games that I enjoyed a lot more, but it's a fucking great game. Like, the best Mario platformer. Why is he spinning?
I don't know.
Anyway, so yeah, like, personal opinion, it's the best Mario platformer I've played.
Oh yeah,
3D platformer, like,
bar none,
hands down, best one. And I really like the Galaxy games, but this is the best one I played.
Again, I'll go into it later.
Yeah, you will. So what's your number 6?
Well, pass the snacks first.
Nah.
No, I want the other ones, but I'll take one of these.
You want one of those?
Yeah, I'll take
those
one of
those. Those are the fruit ones. Do you want one of these ones?
Yeah, I want one of those. Thanks, man.
Okay, anyway. What's your number 6? Nah.
Super professional.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, my number 6.
We don't have a budget.
We don't.
Oh yeah, I have Oreos.
Oh fuck! Go get those.
Okay.
I'll talk about my number 6.
Hold on.
So my number 6, which I will, I'll justify why it's on my list, relating to one of my honorable mentions. My number 6 is Crash Bandicoot: The N. Sane Trilogy.
Oh hey, Crash.
What? So, the reason why it made my list, because I'm sure some people are like, well, why would good going. Good going. I'm sure some people will be like, well, why does that qualify for your list? Isn't that like a re-release of old games? Technically, yes, it is, but unlike Kingdom Hearts, which was a super basic re-release, just an upscaling of the old games, put it on the new system, the N. Sane Trilogy, they went all-out remake for this, which is why, to me, it can justifiably be on my list. Because I don't consider it a re-release, I consider it a full-on remake, which to me is basically a new game.
But honestly, I just want to add to that, it feels like a new game. Mm-hmm. Like, you play it, it's hard, but it controls so much better. Like, it feels like a brand new game. Like, it feels like 3 new Crash games we got this year.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the old games. So I'm just adding that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Crash games. The original Crash games were the first PlayStation games I ever played as a kid. So there's some nostalgia bias in there for me, but you're distracting me with cookies.
We're so professional.
So professional.
Remember?
But yeah, oh, thanks, man. So yeah.
Anyway, considering our
cookies
professional outfit.
So yeah, the Crash games, the original series, was first PlayStation games I ever played. So there's some nostalgic bias in there. But Crash is one of my favorite series. Like, Crash is iconic in the video game industry. Like, he's such a, I wouldn't say well-respected character because he was dead before this happened. But everyone knows about Crash Bandicoot. Most people love Crash Bandicoot. So when they said, oh, hey, we're going to be remaking the original trilogy for PS4, and we're going to do it from the ground up. Hell yeah. And Vicarious Visions did a phenomenal job with this remake. It's basically like I couldn't almost recognize them at first because of just how they built it. Because everything has been built from the ground up. The graphics, the sound effects, new cutscenes, new voice acting, new physics, updated controls. They just changed everything. And honestly, it's for the better. Because specifically with Crash 1, which controls like ass.
Yeah.
And is super outdated.
Was actually playable.
I actually enjoyed playing Crash 1 in this remake. Because they added so many quality of life improvements that it just made it the definitive version of that game. And then with Crash 2 and 3, they didn't really have to change much, just update it for PS4, and that's basically it. Yeah. That's it. Basically, there's no reason to play the original trilogy at this point. You can just play this, and you're basically getting the exact same experience, but better. Because every aspect of this game is better. And I know that a lot of people bitched about the physics and how it was different from the originals and yada yada yada. Honestly, I consider that a positive. Because, again, especially with Crash 1, thank God. Because that fucking game.
Yeah, that fucking game had horrible physics.
Yeah.
But, like, honestly, I enjoyed myself playing this, and I don't really like Crash at all. Mm-hmm. But this made me really want them to unkill Spyro.
They probably will.
I want him to be raised from the fucking mass grave that they shot and put him in.
Honestly, don't be surprised if at E3 this year they do the same thing they did with Crash.
Seriously, though, I would pay money to play.
I would throw money at you.
I would throw fucking dollar bills at you, even though we're in Canada and those don't exist. I would throw them at you if you made me a fucking completely rebuilt Year of the Dragon. Seriously, I would fucking spend copious amounts of money for that. Unkill Spyro. Please.
Yeah. So basically, this one's easy. They just took a series that I loved as a kid, basically updated everything and made it better. So, if you never played Crash before, which I know a lot of the reason why this game was so successful is because it was a lot of people playing these games for the first time.
Yeah.
That never got to play them as a kid on the PS1.
Well, you got a lot of, like, millennials and shit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you never played Crash before, get this. It's super cheap. It's not even a full-price game.
It's a great game.
It's fucking great.
You get 3 games.
You get 3 games, 3 great games from the 90s, updated for modern day, made better. This is the definitive way to play these games.
I'm looking at you, Spyro.
So yeah, that's why Crash is my number 6. Bones, what's yours?
Mine's Cuphead. No preamble.
Oh.
What can I say about Cuphead? I don't like...
Buy it!
I don't like the run-and-gun shooter platformer thingies, but this game was so fucking fun, and we got our asses handed to us all the fucking time, but it was a great time. I had fun with it. I didn't think I'd like it. You made me play it, and then I kept wanting to play it. So... But it's one of those games that, like, is way more fun with a friend. Mm-hmm. I don't consider you a friend, but... It's okay.
Thanks,
no, it's way more fun with a friend. You get your ass handed to you less with a friend. Or more with a friend. Maybe more, because you both fuck up a lot. But, that, like, it doesn't even matter that I got murdered all the time. It was a great time. I had fun. I really wanted to kill that dragon. And we killed the dragon. Like, it happens eventually.
Fucking dragon.
Eventually... You'll get there. It just takes a lot to get there. But it's fun the whole way through. Like, I don't think I didn't enjoy that. At all. Like, there was no part of that I didn't enjoy. Even the fucking thing with the roller coaster. And I hated the roller coaster one.
Oh, yeah.
That one was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But I had fun with it. It's a fun game. It's a hard game. It's a really hard game. There's no easy mode. Well, technically there is an easy mode, but you can't even complete the game if you play the easy mode. So don't be a puss. I wasn't a puss, and normally I am a puss. So
man, Bones, you didn't mention at all the one thing that makes this game stand out.
The art. I know, but like everybody's already said everything they can about the art style. Like, it's unique. It's all hand-drawn animation. Like, it's just... And it's so fluid. Like, it runs really well. The animation's really fluid. Even when you fuck up, the ouch, I'm hurt animation is really great. You know, it's just... What can I say about Cuphead that hasn't already been said? It's a fun fucking game. Buy it. Don't be a pussy. Basically.
Yeah. And I mean, you can get it on PC too, so even if you don't have an Xbox,
which
most people don't
be a pussy. Hey, don't be fucking bad-mouthing my Xbox. That's my baby over there. Well, I'm gonna rock it to sleep later because you hurt its feelings.
Well, I'm not bad-mouthing it because 2 of my top 5 are games I played on Xbox.
I fucking love Xbox. That's a debate for another time.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sony.
Anyway.
I'm out.
Okay. So your number 6 was Cuphead.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting into our top 5. So.
Are we gonna do a spicy animation for the top 5?
Top 5. Okay, so. Spicy one. So my number 5. My number 5 is a sequel to a game that came out a couple years ago that I really enjoyed. My number 5 is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Holy fuck, is this a great game.
Holy fuck, is this a good game. Like...
Oh my god. Sorry, can I just interject here and say that BJ and Anya are my favorite OTP of all time, and I want them to have many beautiful babies together and be happy. And, Bethesda, they better be happy. Mm-hmm. I'll pay you money.
Well, we'll have to wait and see for Wolfenstein 3 in 3 years. But yeah, Wolfenstein 2. When they rebooted Wolfenstein with The New Order, it was a great fucking game. They basically reinvented Wolfenstein.
When is punching Nazis not a great time?
That's true. They basically reinvented the series and distanced itself as much as they could from the 2009 one, which was garbage.
We don't talk about that one.
No. But New Order was great, and it ended on a cliffhanger, so we all knew we were going to get a sequel. And then they came out with this game, and my god. It's somehow even better than New Order.
The Old Blood was good too.
The Old Blood was great too, but this is somehow better than both of those. Like, it's
I just wanted to interject that because the Old Blood is a fucking great time.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Best shooter I played in 2017.
Yeah?
Hands down. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's just phenomenal. It's fast-paced, it's fluid, the gunplay is extremely visceral, you feel like a goddamn monster when you're mowing down zombies and fucking stabbing them in the face with a pickaxe.
And Nazis are bad people.
Yeah. And the story was great, too.
You get to punch them.
Like, the story was great because...
It had so many twists and turns. Sorry.
Shut up,
interrupting.
It kept me invested the whole way through. And also, a lot of character arcs were fulfilled in this game.
And also, it had so many twists and turns. I didn't know how we were going to get to the end of the game, but we did.
Like, it has so many psychological elements in the narrative. Like, there's a lot... It's mostly like a battle of the minds.
And some of it's hard to watch.
It's some of it gets really graphic and unsettling.
Some of it's hard to watch, but, like, you'll be glad you did.
Yeah, like, this game's a fucking roller coaster from start to finish, and...
But a good one.
There's no other shooter in 2017 that...
And just like a roller coaster, you think you're gonna die when you get to the top, and then you die.
Yeah. I do, at least. Yeah, there's no better shooter that came out in 2017 than Wolfenstein 2. Buy it, play it again. It's fucking... It's hard. It's so hard. Even on normal, it's fucking brutal. Which I'm all for.
BJ and Anya better be happy with all of their children and limbs intact.
And also the writing in this game is phenomenal. Like, holy crap.
It had me feeling. I was sitting on the couch watching you play this game, and I was like crying a little bit. There was a tear.
Like, character dialogue in this game is fucking stellar. Like, and it's hilarious. Like, it's oddly humorous for such a serious situation.
And, like, it is serious. Like, the game itself is very serious, and a lot of the, like, interactions between characters are super serious, and, like, you know, you get invested and you have feelings about it and whatever. But there is also, like, a lot of humor. Mm-hmm. And there's parts of it where you can't help but laugh because it was, like, fucking funny.
Yeah, this game's great. Ended on a cliffhanger, which normally I'm, like, but I feel like it was executed well enough that I'm not mad the way it ended, and that just means we're gonna get another game. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. So I want to see an end to the story arc. I want to see a fitting conclusion to this trilogy. Hopefully, it will somehow even top this one. Hopefully. But we'll see, because this game's great.
They make good games.
They make good games. So that's my number 5. Bones, what's yours?
So my number 5...
Oh, I know what it is.
Is Undertale on PlayStation 4. I'm sorry, but okay, this doesn't... It shouldn't really count.
Pass me the cookies so I can...
But I feel like it... Do you want some of these?
I want both.
Okay, here's that one.
Thanks, man.
Oh, you want another one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Undertale on PS4 probably shouldn't count because they literally
No, it really shouldn't.
They really did nothing to it other than release it on a system that it wasn't on because it was only on PC. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it counts because it's never been on a console before, hence it's a brand new console game. Fucking fight me. I hate Uncharted 4. No, but fucking Undertale is just, it's an incredible game, and it makes you think, and it makes you feel, and it's just, it's an awesome adventure, and depending on how you play it, you feel like a monster, or you feel like a really good person, you feel really good about yourself. I still haven't played the Genocide Run, because I can't bring myself to be a horrible person. It's really horrible. It really does make you feel horrible. And when a game can actually make you personally feel like a fucking monster, you know they've done something right.
Also, you couldn't beat Undyne.
I couldn't beat Undyne, but that's beside the point. I felt really bad. Shut the fuck up. It's not because of my ineptitude at playing games. Just Undertale is so good. If you haven't played it because it was on PC, now it's on PlayStation.
It's on the Vita, too.
And it's on the Vita because of the whole thingy. Ugh. If you have an Xbox and you don't have a fucking Sony, buy a computer. I don't know.
Buy a gaming PC.
Just fucking play it. It's really good, and fucking the music is great, and the characters are great, and it just it makes me feel good inside. I have warm, fuzzy feelings when you play the complete pacifist run and everybody lives, and it's great. I'm sorry if that was spoilers, but the game's like fucking how many years old at this point? 3?
7.
No, it came out in 2015. Don't fucking do this to me. It's a good time. Don't play.
No alcohol required.
Don't play the Genocide Run if you're not an asshole, because it'll make you feel like an asshole. I just love this game so much. I love it. I played like 40 hours of it on Steam. It's so good. Sorry, okay. What's your number 4? Because I'm just gonna keep saying it's really good.
This also shows our different mentalities for this list, because you're a terrible person and you should be stopped.
Okay, like literally though, it's a brand new console game.
It's really good.
It's never been on console before.
It doesn't change the fact it's a re-release.
No, it does.
If it was a full-on remake like Crash, okay, but...
Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Nobody heard that. You tried really hard to crunch that cookie and nobody heard that. I'm pretty sure also nobody heard that. No, it is on there. Damn it. Anyway, play Undertale, you fucking piece of shit.
Okay. My number 4. On my list of 10 games I played in 2017.
Hey, it was a game I played in 2017,
That's
so
true.
It counts.
My number 4 is Nier Automata. Automata?
Only number 4?
You'll see.
Nier Automata.
You'll see why it's only number 4. But, God, this game. Fuck. Like...
We're so articulate.
Platinum has been so hit or miss since Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 2 was a great fucking time.
Bayonetta 2 is amazing, and it's my number 2 game of all time. But then since then, they've released The Legend of Korra, Transformers Devastation, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No.
Okay.
I had nothing to say because that list was pretty terrible.
But yeah. Actually, the Transformers game is actually really good, but the other two are shit. Specifically TMNT, because I played through that whole game in like 3 hours.
I know, and you bought that and you were so excited for it.
I was so excited for it because I'm like, man, it's my boy Platinum and my boys the Ninja Turtles. How could this go wrong? And then 4 hours later, I was crying myself to sleep.
And then 4 hours later, you knew exactly how that could go wrong.
So, Platinum's been super hit or miss since they released Bayonetta 2, so a lot of people were worried that they were going to go under because they're like, oh man, Platinum isn't as high caliber as they used to be. And then they released this game, and everyone shut the fuck up. Because this game's amazing. This is basically a Platinum Games comeback in full force, because, man, the direction they went with in this game is fantastic. And also, Yoko Taro is just a crazy person, but I love him.
I didn't even play this game.
Yeah.
But it looked really fucking cool. Mm-hmm. The soundtrack was awesome. Fucking To Be Is My Bitch.
Oh. Like a good bitch?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's my home bitch.
Like you want to put your dick in that.
But 9S is so cool too.
Yeah, 9S is great.
I like him. He's funny.
And also A2, like the other Android chick.
Yeah. They're all great. Mm-hmm. And they're all like, I didn't think that they'd have like actual like personalities and shit because they're androids, but they do.
Yeah.
And they're likable.
And that's like one of the main things with this game is the narrative themes are so well executed and conveyed, because it's basically like what does it take to be considered human?
That's what I was going to say.
Should machines be considered human if they can feel emotion? Can machines feel emotion? And this game plays with those concepts so well in a way that's so interesting.
Way better than Kingdom Hearts did with the organization.
That's true, actually.
Sorry.
Except for Axel.
Axel.
Let's be real.
My homeboy Axel. But
yeah.
No, like, it actually, like, androids are people, too. Mm-hmm. And not just because they're in Dragon Ball.
Well, that's different. Because they were... Because, like, I don't know about this game, but I know for sure that the androids in Dragon Ball were people first. So... No, but yeah, the narrative themes in this game are so well executed.
Those are cyborgs.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they are. But they're androids. Wink. But anyway, the narrative themes in this game are very well executed, and the gameplay complements them perfectly.
I love the little robots they fight.
Yeah, which is basically... I never played the first Nier. I heard it was shit, but this game is great because
I heard that the story in the first Nier was really good, though.
Yeah, but the gameplay was crap. Yeah. But this game is basically an over-the-top platinum action game like Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising.
So many different styles, though.
Yeah. Will you let me fucking talk, please?
Nope.
It's basically like the highest caliber of platinum gameplay mixed with a really intriguing and thought-provoking story.
Which is weird for Platinum.
Yeah, well, it's not their story, so...
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's Yoko Taro, man.
Yeah.
So...
Yoko.
Basically, this game is not only near getting a second chance, but also Platinum. Because they both came together and basically proved that they can make something phenomenal, and they did. Buy this game. It's on PS4 and Steam. We're playing it on the channel. Watch us play it. Watch me play it.
Wait, are we playing it on the channel?
Yeah, we are.
Right now?
Maybe.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we did.
It's been a while.
We started it. It has been a while.
It's been a while.
But if you want to watch us play this game, you can go do that. Because it's great, and I love it, and it's great. I love it. My number 4. What's your number 4?
My number
Pass
4.
me the Morios first.
The Morios? I don't have any
Pass
Morios.
the Morios. I need Morios.
I don't have any
I need Morio of those Oreos.
I don't have any Morios.
Give me the fucking Oreos.
What's
your number 4?
My number 4 is a little game called Night in the Woods.
I thought that was going to be like a really big... I thought it was going to be another joke where it's like a really big name and you think it's an indie. No,
it's actually an indie game this time. It's actually an indie game this time. I don't know how big an audience it had because it seemed like it was kind of a niche kind of thing, but...
It got nominated for awards, so...
I know, but I don't feel like a lot of people played it. I don't feel like it had a huge, like... I don't know. I could be wrong. Send me money if I'm wrong.
Pay me if I am incorrect.
Pay me for my mistakes. Night in the Woods. What can I say about fucking Night in the Woods? In this similar fashion to Hellblade, it dealt with mental illness and some of the stigmatism and everything that goes along with that.
I feel like, to interrupt, because you do that to me all the time.
Oh no!
I feel like the way that, even though Hellblade is a phenomenal game, and it's a great piece of commentary on the state of mental illness, I feel like Night in the Woods was a more personal experience, just because of the way that it's presented.
Yeah, I feel like you got a more in-depth look.
It's more relatable to us.
Yeah. And the way that the game was presented was more on a level that, like, I'm familiar with, just because
we've all been there. We've all been college dropouts. Like, we've all been depressed.
That's the thing, is, like, it sets you in the... You play May, and May is a college dropout.
And May is bae.
May is bae. I love her. But she struggled with some stuff, and, you know, she's living with her parents again because she dropped out of college and came home. And I think that's something that, you know, is... a lot more relatable than Senua's struggle. Just because Senua is...
And my struggle.
Yeah, you're struggling to open those cookies. Senua's struggle is more based in the Norse mythology and, like, that fantasy kind of setting.
Yeah, it's a more fantastical interpretation of
and whereas, like, Senua is a totally relatable character, her setting isn't, and her struggles aren't. Mm-hmm. Whereas May is, like I said, like the college dropout. You know, we've all been there.
We've all wanted to drop out of school. You know, we've all been depressed.
Yeah, school's been a struggle for a lot of us, and, you know, it's hard to get through that when you're also struggling with, like, depression or anxiety and that kind of stuff.
We've all had those moments in our lives where we just don't want to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, and like, May is a completely relatable character because I feel like it's something, like, I've been there. Like, I know, like, other people have been there, and, like, her, like, the setting and the people that she interacts with and the things that she talks about, like, with her parents and with her friends are things that I've discussed with people. You know, so it's a really relatable game, and it was just really well done.
And then it goes crazy.
And then it goes fucking nuts. But, I mean, there's murder and...
I really like the direction it took. I really like that...
spiritual stuff.
I really like that twist, where it's like the first half of the game is just a typical, like... It's like a typical young adult drama. You know, May's a college dropout. Yeah. She's depressed, anxious. She doesn't know where she fits in life. And then the second half goes into, like, this psychological thriller shit. And it's like, what the hell?
And it goes from, like, 0 to 60, like, fucking so fast. It's like, crazy.
Man, I'm depressed and I don't know if my friends like me to. Hey, someone got murdered.
Yeah. So, like, I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't played the game, but,
sorry.
Like, yeah. I mean, like, nobody actually got murdered, though, did they? Somebody got... Oh, yeah, somebody did get murdered. Anyway, so, without spoiling too much, yeah, it flips like that, but it's still kind of a, it's still a commentary on how mental illness can completely fuck up how you perceive everything. Like, May, she's a college dropout, she's kind of depressed, she's got social anxiety, you know, she, you know, doesn't do well in large groups of people.
She doubts herself, like, all the time.
Yeah, she has a lot of doubts about herself and her abilities, and she doesn't think she's good at anything. And she sees all of her friends, you know, growing up, getting jobs, getting engaged, that kind of stuff, and it's just she feels like she's being left behind, which is, like, a place where I think a lot of people have been, and I know I've been, like, you know, just seeing your friends, like, kind of, like, growing up without you or whatever, or just doing things without you. And, like,
she also has very self-destructive tendencies.
Yes, which a lot of people do with anxiety. Like, anxiety feeds into itself, and you see that's on clear display in Night in the Woods, because you see her already fragile mental state just splinter and splinter and splinter until it finally cracks and she goes fucking nuts. But I think it's a really good interpretation of that, and it displays that really well, and it's completely, like, understandable and relatable, and it's a really fucking good game. Like, you relate a lot to the characters, and the story and the setting are just, something that everybody's been, like, where everybody's been, like, it's just, it's a really good game, and it gets fucking weird later, but it's a good kind of weird. At the end, you're just rooting for May to be okay.
The only thing I could see as a negative, which I don't, but some people could, is that there's not much actual gameplay.
No, I mean,
it's not very involved.
No, I mean, like, there's mini games and stuff like that, but I don't think it's meant to be like a game.
It's definitely meant to be
story driven. It's more of a visual novel kind of thing. You explore the town, and you can do, like, there's different mini games and stuff like that. Like, there's a knife fight mini game. It's kind of cool.
I forgot about that.
But yeah, like, and then, like, a lot of it is exploring and collecting things and stuff like that. Especially in, like, the dream sequence stuff, which is kind of cool. It's just, I just think it's a really good social commentary on, like, the state of, millennials, actually. Like, a lot of us are, going to college, or have been in college, or have dropped out of college, that
or
kind of thing.
Want to kill ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I think it's a good game for us. Like, it was kind of...
Well, it was obviously marketed towards us.
And I really enjoyed my time with it, and I cried at the end. It was really sad, but, it's a good game, and it's my number 4 because it was a really great game, and I really enjoyed it.
It was a very impactful game.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, top 3. Here are the big boys, the big men, groping each other for game supremacy.
Please stop. Actually, I only have, like, a top 2.
Oh, right, yeah. We'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, my number 3 is Cuphead.
Oh, hey, I already talked about Cuphead.
How's it going? I don't really have to say much about this, because this game is basically for me. Because it should say for Shane in their trailers. Because I love the run and gun platformer style games like Contra and all that crap. I love... all that crap. I love the art style, which I really don't have to say anything about, because it's impressive to say the least. And the fact that they had to fucking remortgage their houses to fucking get this game done because they were that dedicated to it. I
just can't believe it's all hand-drawn.
Also, it's Canadian.
I know.
So it's fucking ours. Take that, Trump.
Mine.
So yeah, gameplay is great. It's hard as balls. But it's... I know there was a lot of debate when it came out, like, what's considered too hard in video games? Should there be options where unskilled players can skip certain portions so that they can get the full experience? No, fuck that.
Man
fuck
up,
that shit.
Pussy through it, quit being a fucking pussy. If it's too hard, don't fucking play it.
If anything, I feel like it's designed that way to encourage players to get better at the game. That's how I view it.
The only way that you end up beating some of those bosses is that you have to learn their patterns, and you have to learn new tricks, and you have to learn which weapons work better for you for your play style. Like, and you have to... A lot of it is you have to learn when to back off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't just rush into every fight expecting to come out on top, because you'll get killed real quick.
Yeah, like me, I'm a kind of like Rambo my way into a thing player. Like, if a mission requires stealth, I'm the one that's shooting everything because I can't stealth. But like,
same.
Yeah, but like, that game kind of taught me how to back off of a boss, like, when, I see a certain pattern happening, or when I see they're going to attack a certain way, you kind of back off and try and, like, avoid it. Like, you don't just, like, fucking force your way in there and try and kill it in one shot. Like, you can't.
Like,
it's a fucking marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. Basically, every aspect of this game coming together to create the experience that is Cuphead is basically... everything that I love in games. It's like phenomenal animation, great soundtrack, challenging but rewarding gameplay, really unique bosses, great worlds, really unique presentation, all that stuff. Like, honestly, like she said, there's really not much I could say about Cuphead that hasn't already been said, other than it's fucking great and you should play it.
And it's like, it's not a game that's for everyone, obviously, because of the difficulty level, but like...
But I don't think it should be looked down upon because of that.
Yeah, and I don't think that it should be a game that, like, new players wouldn't start out with. Like, that's not a type of game that I would ever play, but I had so much fun playing it once I did start playing it.
You want to play it later?
Sure. But, like, I didn't have a problem with getting my ass handed to me because I expected it, and I just kind of worked that into what I was doing. Like, as long as you can come to accept it and not get fucking angry about it, like... Yeah. It's a game, dude. Like,
honestly, it's a trial and error game in its purest form. Mm-hmm. Like... Yeah,
you figure out through... trying to beat a boss 20 times what works well for you and what doesn't, and what you need to do for a certain boss. Like, certain weapons work better on certain bosses because of the way that they move or the way that they attack. Like,
but like this is my kind of game.
There's
like
a learning
that
curve.
Trial and error type gameplay is my jam.
There's a learning curve, and some people think that, like, because there's a learning curve and because the difficulty is so steep from the outset that it's
not worth it.
It's not worth playing. But I think that even if you're not a person that's into that type of game, it is worth playing, because you could find, like me, that you actually enjoy that particular game.
And hey, seeing as how, as of this recording, it has sold close to or over 3 million units, people obviously are into it. So
quit being a pussy.
Hey, the team at Studio MDHR, phenomenal team. Canadian. My boys.
Canadian.
They put their heart and souls into this game, and it bleeds through every aspect of it. Whatever game they make next, I'm on board for it.
Yeah, me too.
Basically, I'm sold on these guys.
Make Scalebound.
You know what they could do? they could make Scalebound in the style of Cuphead.
That would be fucking awesome.
Because they already said whatever they're working on next is going to have animation in it, so...
I'm down for giant dragon monster pets. I'm here. I'll give you money. Actually, give me money.
Okay, so...
Give me money and I'll tell you what I think.
Cuphead is my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is a little game. Actually, it's kind of got a niche market, so it's Danganronpa V3.
Ah, yes.
Danganronpa.
What was his fucking subtitle? Like, harmonic...
Killing Harmony.
Killing Harmony.
Killing Harmony or something?
Yeah. This game's great.
Danganronpa is kind of a cult classic kind of game.
It's a very cult series.
It's very niche. It's a JRPG, kind of. It's actually like a visual novel.
It's a visual novel.
It's not an RPG. Why did I say that?
It's a visual novel with railgun elements.
It is a game that I played first because I played 999 on the DS, and I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to find a game that was similar to that. And I found Danganronpa, which had been released on Steam at that point. I played the first one and the second one. So yeah, it's a visual novel. It's all story based. It's at its basest form about a bunch of high school students that are trapped in a post-apocalyptic school version of their school, and they're forced to kill each other at the whim of a demonic bear thing. Monokuma. I love him. He's so cute. So it's not for everybody, obviously. Like, if you really like visual novels, it's a really good game. Like, you play as a certain character, and a lot of it is kind of being a detective.
Yeah, it's very mystery.
Yeah, you have to piece clues together and investigate murders at the school to figure out who did it, and then you have to participate in a classroom trial, which is basically a big debate where you solve the murder and then you piece together what happened at the end, and then sentence the killer to death. Yay!
But if you get it wrong, you all die anyway.
Yeah. So it's not for everybody, but it's number 3 on my list just because I really like that style game.
It's extremely interesting.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And you were interested in it too. Yeah. Like, you were getting invested. And it's literally just you're sitting there with your finger on one button because it's just all dialogue. Literally, but, like, it's interesting.
Like, I'm not that into visual novels, which I should be, because there's really great visual novels out there, but I've never really been into it all that much. But this game in particular is just really engrossing. Because, like, someone like me who doesn't really care much about the genre, I was sitting right there with you, basically there.
And we were, like, sitting there, like, discussing.
Yeah, we were having, like, intellectual discussions. Like, we were having, like, theory discussions on who the killer was for that case. And we're like, oh, man, it's this guy.
But, like, it's a type of game that I really like because I'm not a really skilled gamer. And shut up. I saw that face, and I really resent that face. I'm not a really skilled gamer, except in things that I really like. Like, I'm really good at the type of games that I like, and I'm not that great at anything else.
Yeah.
So visual novels are, like, perfect for me because a lot of the games that I'm not good at, I play on easy because I just want the story.
Yeah.
And visual novels are the perfect thing for me because they're basically all story and there's no skill involved whatsoever. Other than the timing on some of those fucking minigame things in the trial, I am so bad at timing. But it's really good. The story is engaging. All of the characters have distinct personalities and styles, and, like, none of them are the same. None of them are cookie cutter.
Probably, I would say, the best cast of characters in a game this year. At least that
Honestly,
we played.
They're so... I would argue Persona.
Oh, yeah,
Persona,
never mind.
Persona.
Fuck it, never mind. Ignore that statement.
No, the cast of characters is really diverse. There's a twist right at the fucking beginning of the game.
Like, literally, Act 1.
That you would not be able to predict. Like, literally, like, the very first act of the game, there's a fucking huge twist, and I'm not going to spoil it because, you know...
Fuck. No.
Whatever. But...
Go buy it on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's just... I was very excited to hear that this game was coming to PlayStation 4, and I'm very glad that I bought it, and I will be buying the
1-2 Reload.
The 1-2 Reload for PS4. It actually does lend itself well, even though it's a visual novel, to being on a console.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good, and, like, the controls are really intuitive, like, it's not
I mean,
hard.
I get why it was on PC, because, you know, point and click stuff.
Yeah. But, like, it's not bad on a console. Like, it's easy to play, it's easy to get into, like... It's really good. I like it. The story is really engaging. All the characters are great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Monokuma is bae. Even though he kills people.
And also he rips off Goku.
But he's so cute.
He's a super Monokuma super Monokuma.
There's so many jokes in V3 that are, like, pop culture jokes, which they haven't done before, honestly. Like, this is the first instance that I can even think of that they've done that. Because 1 and 2, they really didn't. But, like... Right off the bat, I've got, like, a fucking Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan joke going on and, like, shit like that.
I wish that name would fucking die.
But then again, Persona 5 also had a fucking Dragon Ball joke, remember? Did it? The King Kamehameha.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like, it was just, like, cute pop culture jokes like that. That was pretty cool.
This game's very charming.
Yeah.
Even though it's dark as shit.
It is. It's a dark game, but it's like it's funny. Like there's some humorous moments. Like you get to know some of the characters, and some of them have like really fucking stupid personalities. Yeah. But like, it's a really good game.
Gonta is best boy.
Gonta is best boy. but
like when it gets dark, it gets fucking dark.
Yes, it does. It gets really dark.
Because those death scenes are particularly unsettling.
Yeah, but that's what Danganronpa is.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I wasn't familiar with that beforehand.
Oh, well. I hope they play it on Game Grumps because Dan is in for a fucking shock of his life.
It fucked me up.
Kind of like Doki Doki Literature Club.
Can we play that on the channel soon? Because I really want to, actually.
What, Doki Doki?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I actually really want to.
Yeah, let's do it. I have it. I downloaded it, so that's why. It was free to play, so... But yeah, so my number 3 is the Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Good game if you're into visual novels. Yeah. That's all I can say. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Monokuma is bae.
Yes. Okay, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We only have 2 games left.
Well, I only have 1.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean...
Okay, so my number 2, which as I'm looking at the screen right now, you can see it. It's on the desktop.
Oh, God.
My number 2 is Sonic Mania.
I don't know why. I don't know why I went Super Mario Bros. With that, but
which honestly, if it was any other year, this would have been my number one, and it was my number one for the better part of the year.
Well, yeah, but then things happened.
We'll get to that.
Stuff got released.
But honestly,
Nintendo is bae.
Yeah, but this game, as a Sonic fan, I really can't talk about it without going into rambling mode.
It's a testament to how bad Sonic Forces was that it didn't even get an honorable mention.
It's a testament to how
bad Sonic Forces is.
It's a testament to how much Sega really doesn't understand their own franchise.
It's a testament to how why they don't get it.
Yeah, they don't.
They just
really
don't get it. Like Team Sonic is just like off the ball all the time. Like, honestly, I don't even think they had the ball to begin with.
Like honestly, I really appreciate the direction they went with in Forces, and I feel like if they refined that,
I can say that it was better than Sonic 06.
Yeah, fuck. Well, everything's better than Sonic 06.
I can say that it was better than Sonic 06.
But Sonic Mania, just all around, is a phenomenal game. It's actually
because it wasn't made.
It wasn't made by Sonic Team.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Did you know though?
Fucking Sonic Team doesn't understand what Sonic fans like.
Yeah.
And what works.
Basically, this is Sega giving the keys to someone else to make a game for them,
and it was
having it be better than literally any game they've ever made.
Yeah, like I just don't understand how Sonic Team can be that like confused and disturbed about
yeah. I have a metaphor. Sonic Mania is like the focused college graduate who knows what they want to do with their life and goes into the world straight out of school and becomes a success. And Sonic Forces is
you smoked weed all through college.
And Sonic Forces is the dropout that gets a part-time job at 7-Eleven.
And you smoke weed a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, as a Sonic fan, I can't really say anything about Sonic Mania that hasn't already been said or would send me into rambling mode where we'd be here for 20 minutes.
Even I've played it because fucking you probably already know you can do Knuckles and Knuckles mode with Knuckles. It's fucking great. Yeah. And it feeds into the whole Knuckles meme culture, which I am trash for.
I very much appreciate it.
I am trash for. Ugandan Knuckles is all I can say.
Oh my god, yes!
Ugandan Knuckles!
Let me show you the way!
But, like, seriously, you can play as Knuckles with Knuckles and Knuckles. It's fucking great. So, I mean, they win points on that alone.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have an honorable mention. It's Sonic Mania's Knuckles and Knuckles plus Knuckles mode.
But only that one part of the game.
Yeah, only that one part of the game.
But yeah, Sonic Mania is basically a love letter to Sonic fans. Like, in every aspect of...
It was made by Sonic fans.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is that, like, I feel like Sonic Team aren't really Sonic fans because of the way they make games.
Basically, they gave it to Christian Whitehead, who has been known for years in the fan community because he made a bunch of fan games that were arguably better than the actual Sonic games that Sega made. And then
arguably.
And then he did a prototype for a remaster of Sonic CD with his own physics engine. Sega hired him on to actually make that game, which is the version that they released on Steam and Xbox and all that. He did the same thing for Sonic 1 and 2 on mobile devices. Everyone was basically just wondering, like, why isn't this guy making an actual Sonic game? And so Sega hired him to make Mania, along with Simon Tomley from Headcanon, who is also known in the fan mod community for making great fan games. Basically, they gave Sonic to someone else who arguably knew more about Sonic, and tell them,
yo, and actually liked Sonic.
Yo, make a game. And it came out of nowhere and arguably became the best Sonic game ever made. Because, honestly, like, my favorite game of all time before 2017 was Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because I love that game.
And Knuckles.
Yes. I love that game. I've played it so many times. It's great.
Ugandan Knuckles.
Music, graphics, level design, all that crap. Sonic Mania is better.
Let me show you the way.
Shut up. Sonic Mania is better than my favorite game of all time, which
means
is now...
that Sonic Mania is now your favorite
now my
game
favorite
of all
game
time.
of all time, yes, after playing it. Because it's basically the original Sonic games. It's basically the same thing that happened with Crash. It's the culmination of everything that made the original Sonic games great, updated for modern day, and just made better.
Well, it's kind of like Odyssey. Like, Odyssey is basically everything from the last 30 years of Mario that was good about Mario, and then, you know...
Yeah.
It's pretty, too.
So basically, and you know what? As a fan of this franchise, it's just nice to finally have a good Sonic game again.
Oh, yeah.
After how
Sonic
many years?
Episode 4, or whatever it was, Sonic 4 Episode fucking terrible.
Sonic Mania is what Sonic 4 should have been from the start. Because this game is...
Sonic 4 Episode, don't play it.
Because this game is so lovingly crafted, and you can tell that the team behind this game was so passionate about this project that they put every ounce of their heart and soul into it.
Just look at, like, the idle animations and, like, the fucking, like, teetering off the edge animations and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, little shit that they didn't have to put in there. But they did.
I am kind of disappointed that there's more old zones than new zones, but it's great. I
can't say anything.
Like, I'm kind of annoyed that there's more old zones than new zones, but at the same time, the old zones that they did remake for this game, they added so many new mechanics and concepts into them that basically made them entirely new stages that I really don't have a problem with it. And all the new zones that they added are the best parts of the game. They should have just made a whole game of that, which, hey, guys, when's Mania 2 coming out? But yeah, basically, this entire game is just everything that is good about Sonic in its purest form. So, because of that, it's my number 2. If it was any other year, it would have been my number 1. But we'll get to that. Bones, what's up with your fucked up list?
Oh, I actually decided something while you were talking about that.
Okay.
My number 2, firmly number 2, now that I've been thinking about it, is Breath of the Wild. Number 2. I know, and you know what? In any other year, it would have been number 1. But you'll find out what's my number 1 in a few moments. Breath of the Wild is kind of like what you said about that. I feel like that is like a love letter to Zelda fans. It's everything Zelda should have been. And I know some people bitch about it, but as a fucking long-time Zelda fan, it scratched every one of my Zelda itches. There's a fucking open world. You can craft items. You can fucking explore shit. You can do all kinds of shit. You can cook food. You can fucking play with dogs. You can catch wild horses. There's my confirmation of enrollment. It's just everything that Zelda should be and needs to be now.
Oh man, I didn't realize they re-released Skyrim a third time this year.
Shut up. Skyrim. Breath of the Wild is just everything that I love about Zelda, updated and put in it's basically like, it feels like a brand new world. Like, there's so many parts to Hyrule now. It's not just that big open Hyrule field with like tiny little places on the edges that you can visit. It's this huge new world, and Zelda, her eyebrows are amazing. Like,
but it's not your number 1.
No, but the characters are really well written, and you can interact with people and talk to people and tell people stuff and sell and buy, and just like everything that I feel like you should have been able to do in Zelda, you can now do in Zelda. The story is great, and the whole like the Ganon as Calamity Ganon is fucking awesome. Like, it's so badass when you're trying to get up to the fucking castle and he's just like all the way around. I am king. Yeah, exactly. And like, the Guardians are such fucking hard enemies, but I love them because you can literally one-shot them or die.
Yeah.
Basically, like, you can try to fucking beat them with your sword, but you're not going to. Or you can one-shot them with an arrow. But there's, like, so many ways you can kill things. I just love it so much, but it's not my number one.
And any other year it would have been.
Any other year it would have been, because it's literally everything that I thought that Zelda should be, and now it is, and I just love it. Mm-hmm. Favorite Zelda. It's my favorite Zelda. And Twilight Princess was my favorite, like...
Traditional Zelda
game, because I love Twilight Princess. But fucking Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's so good.
It's just like Mania's now my favorite Sonic.
Like,
and my favorite game of all time
it's just so good, and it's so good. I love it.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're a little pressed for time, so we're gonna kind of hopefully speed up these last two, but we're now getting into the big kahunas, the 6 feet unders, Mama's spaghetti. It's time to talk about our games of the year. So, for me, my personal pick for the best game of 2017 is... Give me a drum roll. Thank you. Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
No, I was waiting for you to stop, because that's what happens.
Oh.
It's like the drum roll cuts out, and then you... whatever.
Okay.
My game of the year is Super Mario Odyssey. Because...
I fucking knew it!
Because...
Mama's spaghetti.
Honestly, like... when they showed this game off, everyone knew that this was going to be a hard game to top.
It was actually really easy for me 7 times.
How about shut the fuck up? But when they showed this game off, and they showed that it's a return to the traditional 3D Mario gameplay style, bringing back elements from all the previous 3D Mario, 64, Sunshine, the Galaxy series, putting it all together, and then adding this cap possession mechanic on top of it, which not only it creates all these different new and interesting things you can do with the game, but also completely reinvents the movement. I knew that this was going to be a hard pick for me, especially with Mania also coming out this year, which again it's like the return of an old friend that you thought was dead. But I played it, because we did get a Switch this year, played it, beat it 100%, 45 hours later, and I can easily say...
Sad fucking sack of shit.
I can easily say that this is not only my personal pick for Game of the Year 2017, but also now my new favorite 3D Mario game. Like, as much as I love Galaxy, this game is just outstanding in every aspect possible. Like, it's like, not only does it return to the more open world style of 64 and Sunshine, but it adds all these new mechanics with Cappy. Like, the cap possession stuff where you can possess enemies and objects is so creative, and it really adds a new element to what we would expect to be a typical Mario game. Like this, and it feels so natural. It feels like it should have just been a staple of the series to begin with. Graphics are amazing. The worlds, the kingdoms are all unique and so much fun to explore through. There's like 900 moons that you can fucking collect, which is insane. The movement by far is the best aspect of the game. Because you can fucking do so much shit with Mario now, it's ridiculous. Like, you can do a ground pound into a high jump, throw your cap, dive into it, jump off of it, throw it again, and then dive for extra distance. And you can do that to sequence break the entire fucking game, basically. And it's so much fun to control Mario and do all these crazy things that it just adds another level of enjoyment to the game that makes it even better. And it's just so creative and unique and crazy with the different scenarios, and like the story is actually different this time. Like, sure, it's still Peach getting kidnapped, but it's because Bowser's trying to marry her, and he's fucking dapper in that suit.
I know, his hair.
He slicked his hair for his wedding.
They changed his hair.
Best game, 100 out of 10. Would recommend.
Okay, maybe it should have been number 6 on my list. Because, seriously though, Bowser's hair. Yeah. I forgot all about that until just this very moment.
Just literally, there is not a single
honorable mention to Bowser's hair.
There is not a single complaint I have about this game.
No.
No aspect of this game is mediocre or bad. Everything is of the highest quality possible. Like, Nintendo's gonna have a hard time topping themselves, honestly, because they knocked it out of the park like tenfold with this. And because of that, and many more reasons that I can't get into because we're running out of time, Super Mario Odyssey is my game of the year.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes. Actually.
Oh.
It is a 10 out of 10 game.
Okay. I get it.
Okay, Bones, what's your game of the year?
You gotta give me a drum roll. I gave you a fucking drum roll.
And now, for Bones' pick for Game of the Year 2017 is...
Persona fucking 5. In any other year, it would have been Zelda. Because...
In any other year for me, it would have been Sonic.
Because...
But...
You know, Zelda was just amazing. Basically, the reason why I bought a Switch was Zelda. But Persona 5.
Okay, before you go into your rant, has it become one of your favorite games of all time now?
Persona 5? Yeah, it's on my list.
Good.
Easy. It's like 1 or 2, actually. Because, okay, I love The Witcher 3. But I love Persona 5. But I love Breath of the Wild. I have to do a whole rework. Because my entire top 10 changed.
This year was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so Persona 5 is a really fantastic JRPG by Atlas. What can I fucking say about Persona 5 that hasn't already been said? The characters on Bay.
I fucked up earlier. This is the best cast of characters.
That's what I mean.
This year.
The cast of characters like Ryuji, the total bro, On, best fucking girl. Yusuke is such an emo kid.
So gay.
But he's also so gay. He's Yusuke. Makoto, I didn't like her at first, but I really like her now. Like she came into her own.
She's the mom friend.
She is the mom friend, and I really like her.
Futaba is a fucking cinnamon bun.
I love her. She's but a cinnamon bun, like sin. Fucking Haru, I didn't really like her at first, but now I really like her. She's like the gentle flower of the group. Akechi is an asshole. I hate him. I don't even like him. He's gonna hurt me. Fucking, I just love this game. The story is so good, and it's actually such a good like social commentary on like social political issues and shit like that. It's all about, you know, taking control back from people who are trying to get you to keep you in a certain way of doing things, and, you know, getting your freedom as a teenager from adults who are, you know, corrupt and not necessarily doing the right things. And it's just, I love the gameplay is so good, and all the enemies are so diverse, and the bosses and the palaces and the fucking exploring, and I love this game!
This is arguably the best looking game of the year.
Oh, it's
stylistically.
So beautiful.
Because
it's so unique, and the soundtrack. I'm not crazy.
I'm not upset that Nier won best soundtrack at the Game Awards, but Persona 5 should have won.
It's so good.
Because this is one of the best. This is probably one of the best soundtracks of the entire decade.
I need them to release it digitally on Apple Music. I will pay you money, or you can pay me money. I don't care. Oh,
and if I had actually gotten around to playing it, it would have made my list easy. Probably top 3.
There's just so many things to do, and like fucking Morgana. I love him.
He's a bitch.
He's a bitch, but I love him. There's just so much stuff to do in this game. Like, you can be a normal high school student, or you can be this supernatural, kick-ass fucking badass. Like, it's so fucking cool. Like, there's so many things to do. Like, you can go to Mementos and fucking do contracts, or you can go to your fucking after school job, or you can study, or you can hang out with your girlfriend, or you can fucking kick people's asses in palaces. Like, it's just and there's a story, and you can have relationships with people, and I have feels so much, and I love this game so much. Any other year would have been Zelda, but this game,
And this is coming from a Persona newbie, by the way.
I have never played a Persona game before.
This was her first Persona game.
And now I want all of them. So send them to me or give me money. I don't care because I'll use the money to buy them.
Send them to our P.O. Box 41278 at Northwestern California.
What are you talking about? No, like, seriously, I kind of now want to play a bunch of fucking Persona games because this game is so good. I'm not even finished it, actually.
No.
I still have, like, a palace and a half, or 2 palaces left. I haven't even completed this game. I am over 100 hours into this game, and I haven't beat it, and it's so good that I made it my number 1, and I haven't beat it. Because it's so good. It's just, if you haven't played it, play it. If you don't want to play it, play it. If you really don't want to play it, fucking play it, you pussy.
It is on PS3, too.
It's so good!
And that's the thing, because Bones originally had a tie for her Game of the Year between this and Breath of the Wild.
I did, because I thought they were equally good, and I thought that I liked them equally. And honestly, in any other year, Zelda would have beat out everybody.
But I told you, Persona's special.
Because Breath of the Wild is special too.
But Persona.
It's just that was everything I wanted in a Zelda game, but Persona is just so special. It's like nothing else I've played this year. It's like nothing else I've ever played. It's so good. The art, the fucking characters, the writing, the fucking soundtrack. All of the enemies are unique. Like, there's so many enemies. There's so many personas you can collect. There's so many personas you can make from the I'm getting off.
Are you gonna cry?
I might. There's so many characters you can interact with, and there's so many confidants you can level up, and, like, you get certain benefits from that, and I don't know how anybody beat this game in 90 hours, because they're pussed out on all the good shit. Sorry. I'm getting a little out of control here. In short, I love Persona 5. If you haven't played it, play it. If you don't want to play it, I swear to God, if you don't play it, I'll come to your house and murder you. It's such a good game. It honestly is probably in my, like, top 3 games of all time now. It's that good, and now I kind of want to play it. I'm leaving. I'm gonna pull away.
Okay,
See ya.
No, go ahead. I'll wrap this up.
I'm bye.
Okay. Wait, you're bye?
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
All right.
I'm leaving. Okay.
All right. Now that Bones has literally walked off set to go play Persona, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for listening to this very long episode of the Bearded Banter Podcast. Those are our own personal top 10 favorite games 2017.
My opinion is law.
Okay. 2017. One of the best years in recent memory for games, and hopefully 2018 can follow it. It's already looking...
I doubt it. It doesn't have Persona.
I doubt it too, but it's looking promising with the releases we got so far. Yeah, it's still in there. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We will be back in a few weeks, because I am bringing the podcast back on a regular basis again. So... we'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks with a new episode, and from there, we'll have episodes every 2 weeks from now on. So, with that said, let's wrap this up. I'm the Bearded One. That's Bones, literally loading up Persona right now.
I am. It's a good game. Play it or I'll kill you.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Those are our top 10 favorite games 2017. Let's hope 2018 is another great year for games.
I doubt it.
But until then, we'll see you next time. Did you actually? Oh my God, you did.
I did.